ability to achieve goals, time management skills, increased concentration, and would you believe, increased reading and comprehension results. All are important skills, not only to increase your learning in the classroom, but most importantly, to assist you with life and career goals and skills once you leave school. Today we will acknowledge and congratulate our best and fairest sports representatives and our 5 grand final winning teams from the summer season. First grade cricket, open water polo, 15s league tag, 14s league tag, and 14s futsal, along with the incredible efforts of our 2 runner-up teams, first grade baseball and 15s water polo. Winning is a very satisfying accomplishment, but it's not the most important factor from participating in sport at Asquith Boys High School. Reward for effort and achieving goals, collaboration in a team environment, participation in competition, playing with friends, and playing within the rules, win or lose, are the most important elements of representing your school at grade sport. With winter sports trials concluding yesterday, I'm excited to hear that we'll be an incredible 15 soccer teams, 3 rugby teams, 4 tennis teams, 1 hockey, 2 lawn bowls, 4 table tennis, and 3 badminton teams for the winter season. This is approximately around about 330 students, so well over half of the school participating in the winter sports competition. Participation is a key factor in achievement, especially at Asquith Boys High School. And this is highlighted at our recent annual swimming carnival too that we had earlier in the term, where there was well over 400 students in attendance. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Jensen Goodchild, who at the recent zone swimming competition was age champion for the 15 years age group. Special mention also from the swimming goes to James Burt, Murray Harrison, and Lewis Ventura for their efforts. At this time, I would also like to acknowledge the incredible organisation role that Mr Jones and Mr Corbett play each week to ensure that all of you have the opportunity to participate in competitive and organised sports at Asquith Boys. Thank you. For our newly elected SRC members, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your election and thank you too also for your desire to actively participate in Asquith Boys High School, as well as importantly thanking the outgoing SRC for their efforts over the past 12 months. As a group, they have paved the way to ensuring that our 60-year-old toilets that we currently have will be upgraded this year and renovated to or within specs to make them a quality area for you guys to attend. This year I know that the SRC positions were highly competitive, and the elected members are a group of excellent role models for the school, and I look forward to working with you in consultation with Ms Young in the coming months to not only on all school matters or student-related matters, but importantly to develop and foster your future leadership skills. All of you have been elected from a highly regarded field of applicants. You choose to participate due to your personal desire to lead and serve our local community in the SRC. And working with your coordinator, Ms Young, and under her guidance and encouragement and support, she will offer the next 12 months. I know you are in good and capable hands. Please, for the SRC and Ms Young's participation, can you join with me in congratulating them as well? Finally, it is important to remember that effort and reward go together, be that in sport or in leadership roles. Examination preparation, completion of assessment tasks, or at your part-time job, or in the future, in life in general. The effort that you put into any area will have a positive impact on you in so many ways, but most importantly, at this time in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. At Asquith Boys High School, there are many opportunities for students to develop their leadership skills. One such area is in the SRC, short for Student Representative Council. Ms. Young, who is the SRC advisor, will now introduce the SRC members for 2021, and they will receive their badges from the principal, Mr. Grant.
Thank you, Harrison. Today I am pleased to announce the members of the Student Representative Body for 2021. The SRC is comprised of students who have been recognised as leaders and elected by their peers to represent them. The SRC provides opportunities for students to make positive changes within their school community and allows for students to demonstrate their leadership skills in a meaningful context. This year, the SRC has been split into 4 teams, each led by a Year 11 member. We will be focusing on practical solutions to student-identified issues, support a number of charities and community organisations, and build a sense of well-being within Asquith Boys. Having already begun working with the SRC representatives this year, I can already attest to their enthusiasm and commitment, and I'm looking forward to working with them in the coming year. I will now call on the following students to receive their badges. From Year 7, James Cullen, Jesse Loffel, Roy Hills, and Patrick Watson. From Year 8, Matthew Argent, Patrick Kilkelly, Rylan Jarman, and Nathan Zinzilli. From Year 9, Nathan Crump, Jai Duncan, Liam Pearce, and Douglas Price. From Year 10, Eli Gutman, Joshua Hegarty, Jasper Meadows, and Ethan Scott Brannigan. And lastly, from Year 11, we have Tim Beatty, Luke Lawrence, Travis Lawrence, and Elliot Rose. Please join me in congratulating these students.
Thank you, Ms. Young and Mr. Grant. Another leadership role at our school is that of house captains. The house captains are responsible for assisting the teachers to organise students into events and encourage student participation at the 3 carnivals: swimming, cross-country, and athletics. School Captain Cameron Hay will introduce the 2021 house captains. They will be presented with their badges by Senior Prefect Dominic Tonujari.
Thank you, Harrison. Please hold your applause until the end. The following students have been elected to lead their respective house teams for 2021. Kuba House Captain, Carl Cruikshank. Kuba Vice Captain, Jacob Boyle. Kurrajong House Captain, Daniel Hatch. Kurrajong Vice Captain, Malachi Anazio. Mile House Captain, William Parry. Mile Vice Captain, Elliot Rosington. Wandoo House Captain, Thomas Thurgate, who I don't think is here today. And Wandoo Vice Captain, Harrison Zidoni. Please join me to congratulate the House Captains for 2021.
Thank you, Cameron and Dominic. The Duke of Edinburgh program continues to be strongly supported by ABHS students. Year 12 student Luke Ivers has completed his Silver Duke of Edinburgh Award, a phenomenal achievement representing hours of commitment and exceptional dedication. Not only did he hike for days through the bush to complete his adventurous journey, but he cycled hundreds of kilometres for his physical recreation, learnt how to drive for his skills component, and tutored junior students through maths peer tutoring for his community service. Miss Holder, would you please present Luke with his Silver Award? Thank you, Miss Connolly, and congratulations on your achievement, Luke. Our musical item for today is performed by Charlie Mayer, Jai Duncan, Nathan Crump, and Liam Pearce. They will be playing Paul Kelly's song, To Her Door. Thank you, boys, for that wonderful performance. Asquith fields teams in all of the summer grade sports. Mr. Jones, the grade sports organiser, will now present the summer grade sports report, including presentations to the finalists and champion teams, as well as the best and fairest medallions for each team. He will be assisted by the sports vice captain, Rory McFarlane.
Thank you, Harrison, and good morning to all. So we're here to celebrate the sporting achievements from the 2020/21 summer grade sports season, and that means recognising the teams that won a premiership, those that were runners-up, and the students who have been identified as best and fairest players. And after everything that's occurred the last year with COVID-19, it was very good to get through a whole season. As Mr. Grant mentioned earlier, we fielded 23 teams across 7 sports. And it's also really important to not forget about our teachers. Without their passion, skill, enthusiasm, and commitment towards our zone grade sport, we would not be able to field these teams and have the success that we do. At the end of the round robin competition, we had 12 teams progress to the semi-finals, and from those semi-finalists, we had 7 teams who were successful in advancing to the grand final. This included our first grade cricket, our first grade baseball, our 15s and 14s league tag sides, our 14s futsal, our 15s and second grade water polo teams. We'll start with the 2 teams that were runners-up. First of all, our Opens baseball, which was coached by Mr. Timmins. They had a fantastic season, but ultimately fell to arch rivals Epping 4-1 in the grand final. So I'll call the boys up to the stage to receive their certificates from our sport vice captain, Rory McFarlane. If we could hold our applause to the end. Nicholas Blanche, Cameron Searle, Mitchell Lowe, Max Kennelly, Matthew Roberts, James Blair, Kieran Heap, Dylan Searle, Lawrence Agbin, James Costello, Oliver Kay, Dominic Mann, and Harry Turner. If we could please put our hands together for our first grade baseball side. And moving on to our 15s water polo side, which was coached by Mr. Crozier. They actually had an amazing year. They were undefeated all regular season. But unfortunately, they just couldn't get over the final line and once again were outdone by Epping. We'll call these boys up to the stage to receive their certificates. James Burt, Thomas Capon, Damien Speeder, Thomas Callahan, Oscar Cullen, Jared Frendon, there might be a few boys away today, Jensen Goodchild, Byron Johnson, Max Leslie, Jack Mooney, Bill O'Brien, Paddy Taylor, and Jeremy Westgarth. Definitely hope these boys stick together next year and go one better in the grand final. If we could please put our hands together for our 15s water polo side. We now move on to our premiership winning sides. Now, to win a premiership in any sport in our zone takes amazing skill and effort. And all the boys and their coaches should be very proud of themselves. And the fact that we've won 5 premierships this year is just a testament to the amount of, skilled athletes that we have across many sports. We'll start with our first grade cricket side, who were coached by Mr. Blackwood. And Mr. Blackwood has donated a few words about their season. Unfortunately, I don't have his accent. We always knew that if we made the final, we would have a good chance of beating Epping. During the grade rounds, we lost twice against them, but with the game being played on turf, the boys were confident that they could do enough to get the win. After being put into bat, We batted sensibly, and after 20 overs, we had 9 wickets in hand. That proved to be the difference, as we ended up posting over 150 after some powerful hitting and some late poor bowling. Epping were never in it after losing early wickets. The boys caught like Steve Smith and dropped absolutely nothing, and Epping were bowled out for 78. Amazingly, while batting, Epping had 8 ducks, and they were well beaten on the day by a side who always puts the team's needs first. A mention must go to Ryan Brooks for putting in a great shift as captain, and on the day, it was his leadership that proved to be pivotal. I'll now call upon our first grade cricket side to receive their premiership certificates. Cooper Goodchild, Josh Hegarty, Kyle Cruikshank, Josh Ells, Luca Jordan, Josh Bayliss, Mitchell Brooks, Ryan Brooks, Zach Gordon, Cameron Hay, Harrison Hegarty, Ben Russell, and Ben Tudor. If we could please put our hands together for our premiership winning first grade cricket side. We now move on to our 15A and 14A league tag sides, coached by Mr. Melrose. Once again, I don't have his accent either. It was a successful season for the 14A's league tag side. The boys adapted well to the modified tag rules and proved hard to beat throughout the summer with precision tagging and aggressive attack. It was always going to be a hard task playing the favourites, Homebush at Homebush, but with the likes of Harper Anasio and Dean Gawsler in attack and the Morris brothers in defence, there was no chance of losing. The opposition really didn't have a chance, especially after Ben Clark worked out he could run around players rather than over the top of them. The 15As, on the other hand, were the league tag team to beat this season, destroying some teams by cricket scores during the season. The unstoppable attack was led by playmakers of the likes of Jake De Silva, Ethan Warne and Isaiah Natal Mari. And the super taggers led by the players like Jack the Tank Turner. In the final, the boys had their work cut out for them against a rowdy Homebush side, once again being played in Homebush, which ended in a spectacular style with a last-minute try in overtime to win the game 9-8. A big congratulations to both teams, and I can't wait till next season. So I'll now call up our 14s league tag side, followed by our 15s league tag side. Archie Allen, Bowen Brown, Ethan Conti, there's a few boys away today, Ethan Coombs, Harper Anasio, Dean Gawsler, Isaac Miller, Cody Morris, Tyler Morris, Josh Ward, and Brandon Zanoni. We'll follow that up with our 15s league tag side. Ben Clark, William Cohen, Jake De Silva, Cameron Gins, Max Gowthorpe, Alex Hughes, Jesse Jenkins, Jaden Mark, Isaiah Natal Maori, Jesse Robinson, Jake Rowley, Cade Rowley, Jack Turner, Ethan Warne, and Luke Wright. If we could please put our hands together for our 14s and 15s league tag champions. We now move to our 14s futsal side, coached by Mr. Steele. Once again, he's provided me with some words. This team had a spectacular season. They went undefeated after week 1 off the back of an intense pre-season, which included 3 weeks of fitness drills, game analysis of futsal in room 18 when it was too wet. When we had games, we dominated teams such as Normanhurst and Epping by double-point margins, and then fierce battles between Ashfield boys. Throughout the season, we were able to continually dominate off the back of Mitchell and Ethan's rock-solid defence and the sharp shooting of Toby, Tobias, Ryan and Connor. Tobias averaging a hat-trick per game. Noah was exceptional in goals, which provided us with significant confidence at the back. Our strength was in the opponent's half, where we maximised all opportunities to score. Communication and respectful relationships between team members was always on show. Our set plays maximised pre-existing combinations established during weekend sport. Our fitness was exceptional and we always maintained a higher intensity than our opponents. We had a fantastic season. I enjoyed coaching everyone and learning the craft of futsal, and I hope to have the opportunity to continue this success next summer grade sport season. Mr. Steele, if you're watching, you're guaranteed. I'll now like to call up to the stage the premiership winning 14s futsal side, Connor Clark, Ethan Legg, Toby Menzies Jackson, Tobias Morgan, Mitchell Smith, Noah Whitehouse, and Ryan Wilson. If we could please put our hands together for our 14s futsal side. Well done. Our last premiership team for the 21 summer season is our second grade water polo side, coached by Mr. Lang. After a tough season in first grade last summer, and after losing several experienced players, things looked grim for the open water polo team, which was made up of a scattering of boys who had played before, a handful of new recruits who had returned to the game or have never played before. However, the ability of the new recruits, though slow to start with, quickly shone through as the season progressed. The boys quickly picked up ball skills, and as their fitness improved, so did their confidence and ability to hold out strong opposition in the likes of Epping and North Sydney. All of these boys are to be congratulated on the way they gelled as a new team and played with confidence and passion in beating teams containing a lot more experience, culminating in a strong semi and grand final victories to take out the second grade title for Asquith Boys High School. I'll call up our second grade water polo side. Lewis Campbell, Liam Gaker, Aaron Campbell, Liam Hales, Dylan Jeffries, Ben Morales, Jack O'Brien, Nathan Parise, Aidan Richardson Crawford, Connor Ryan, and Finn Taylor. If we could please put our hands together for our premiership winning second grade water polo team. Okay, so through participating in sport, we learn about leadership, teamwork, fairness and equality, and also how to conduct ourselves in a positive manner. The next list of students have been recognised for their sportsmanship on and off the field and have displayed all of these qualities. Therefore, these boys have been recognised as the best and fairest player in their team. We must all remember that how we present ourselves, irrespective of the scoreboard, is a very important thing, and that's something that should never be underestimated. We'll call up to the stage our best and fairest players for the summer grade sports season. If we could hold our applause to the end. We'll start with cricket. Our first grade cricketer, our best and fairest player, Ryan Brooks. Our 15s cricket, Nathan Crump. And 14s cricket, Patrick Kilkelly. In league tag, first grade league tag, Cody Mirabal Kuma. Second grade league tag, Jai Cohen. Our 15A best and fairest for league tag, Ethan Warren. For the 15Bs, Declan Lees. (14A) league tag, Harper Anazio. And 14B league tag, Adam Bovis. I don't think they're here today. Moving on to volleyball. First grade volleyball, Declan Wagshaw. Second grade volleyball, Nathan Sleeger. And our 15s volleyball best and fairest, Asher de Berg. Our first grade baseball best and fairest player, Dylan Searle. Moving on to futsal. First grade futsal, Zach Bovis. Unfortunately, he's not with us today. Second grade futsal, Elliot Rossington. 15s futsal, Lincoln Vaughan. And 14s futsal, Mitchell Smith. In water polo, second grade water polo, best and fairest, Jack O'Brien. 15s, water polo, best and fairest, Jensen Goodchild. And we'll finish it up with basketball. First grade basketball, Justin Alesna. Don't think he's with us. Second grade basketball, Lewis Ventura. 15s basketball, Gavin Sapinozo. And 14s basketball, Benjamin O'Connor. Good job, Gav. Could please put our hands together for all of our best and fairest for the summer grade sports season. Now looking ahead, we have plenty of opportunities for everyone to get involved in sport here at Asquith Boys. We have many knockout teams currently in action, and we're about to start our winter grade sports season next term. Once again, we're fielding a huge number of teams this season, which is absolutely fantastic. I've always strongly believed that grade sport is one of the best opportunities for you at school to develop not only your sporting abilities, but your leadership qualities and relationships with your fellow students and teachers. Lastly, I'm very much looking forward to seeing everyone get involved in today's cross-country carnival and push for zone selection, as we've done so well in the past at the zone championships. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. A successful grade team doesn't just happen. It takes talented team members and a dedicated coach. Here to acknowledge the work of our grade coaches and sports organisers in school sports Vice Captain Rory McFarlane.
Good morning. Asquith Boys has had quite a few successful teams this summer. But behind every great team, there is a great coach, and I think it is very important to acknowledge these people. For students, for us, grade sport is just a Wednesday afternoon activity. We go to the venue, we play, and then we come home. But what we don't see is the effort that our coaches put in. Traveling with us, organising teams, encouraging us, and dealing with our problems. Whether it's a missing shin pad, not having a mask for the bus, or bandaging us up after a fall, they sacrifice their own time to help us achieve our goals. Especially in this time of global pandemic, our coaches have really stepped up to make sport fun for us. So I would like everyone to please give a big round of applause for our grade sport coaches.
Thank you, Rory. Before we conclude today's assembly, I would like to remind all students, especially Year 7, that merits are awarded by individual teachers for achievement in class, school service, and citizenship. Teachers are entering merits online, and several students are very close to achieving the first Principals Awards for the year. Please keep up your excellent efforts in all aspects of your school life. Finally, please remember that enthusiasm and participation are two key elements to achieving success. Congratulations again to all the boys who received awards today. That concludes today's assembly. Please be upstanding for the departure of the official party.